Hey y'all, it's your girl Monica. This is another session, another edition of Refresh Your Flow Show, and I promised you we'd be backstage at the Passion, Pain, and Pleasure Tour. This has been an amazing experience, but it was made possible by one person, y'all. Welcome Trey Songz to the show.
You did real good. She killed me. You know something, baby? How are you? I'm good. I didn't took the mic there.
No, that's what you're supposed to do, because this is all about you. We're just going to talk about everything that's taken place with you, everything that you've done over the last 2 years, everything that you've done in the last 2 months. The last 2 months have been different for me. I haven't been on tour since the 90s, so first, thank you. I had not done that in so long, and I really didn't know if I'd ever find a comfortable fit that would allow me to be out here with my kids, with my family. You know, I roll a little different than most, but I noticed that in this atmosphere, everybody is the same way. We're all like a family. So what's been the best part of the Passion, Pain, and Pleasure Tour to you?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, having you out here is definitely a blessing. You know, like you said, you ain't been on a tour in so long, so for you to come out with me is definitely a blessing. You've been doing this for so long, and I think you're a great representation for my fan base and for our fan base, because you go out there and it's a lot of people that come here just to see you, you know what I mean? So if either way, people get the treat. They come to see me, they get to see you. They come to see you, they get to see me. So it's been an amazing experience, just doing these small, intimate venues and being able to reach out and touch your fans. I know for me, having been on a tour with Jay-Z just a few months ago, or being in the arenas with his crowd, and coming back and being able to touch my fans, even after all the success I've attained within the last year, and like you said, a couple months even, letting them know that I still appreciate them on a smaller basis as well. And going to the markets like Mobile and Shreveport, places that, you know, artists that have reached a certain level of success don't really go to. So it's a pleasure going back to the places that really made me who I am.
Now the tour was incredible, but it set the tone for people to understand what Passion, Pain, Pleasure, the album is about. For the few people that might not have it, tell them why they should get it.
Well, I feel like it's, first of all, my best album yet. Going through the cycle of evolution I have, and fighting so hard to get my spot in the game, and you know, catering a lot of my music to what I would think makes sense for me to be on the radio, for me to be a surviving artist. To now having my own position, I think this is the best music I'll make as an artist, where I'm free and I feel like I have people's attention. This is the moment I've been waiting for. And you know, Passion, Pain, and Pleasure right now is all that embodies what I'm going through, from the passion that it takes to do this. You know, it's very hard, a very hard job, so you have to be very passionate about it to even to really thrive in it. And the pain and the sacrifices that you make, that we spoke about earlier, from, you know, family, not being with your family, not being able to do a lot of normal things, you know, and your time, a lot of your time not being your own. And of course the pleasure of living your dream, you know, of doing something that you're passionate about, and being able to feed your family, you know. So outside of those being also the 3 principles, I feel, of love, you know, because there's no relationship without the 3 of those as well. I think this is the best album, and from the first single, Bottoms Up, which is a party, animated, crazy, kind of bizarre record, to the emotional Can't Be Friends, which is the total opposite of that. And everything in between is on the album.
Who worked on it? Who actually produced on the album?
Okay, we got Troy Taylor, who's been with me on every album. Jonte Austin, co-executive produced. Got a couple songs written on there as well. Who else? Eric Hudson. We got Mario Winans, who produced Can't Be Friends. Myself doing a lot of writing. Ezra Miles, B Major. I feel like I'm leaving some people out. 40 produced a record. Kane Beats. Man, it's a lot of great records on there, and I'm very proud of it.
What's the moment where you said to yourself, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I dreamed about? You know, some stuff doesn't make sense. Some of the political parts of what we go through just wasn't a part of the dream. The dream is more of this, being on stage every night. What's the moment, that one time where you say, okay, here I am, this is where I want to be?
Oh man, when I first got the call to open up for Jay-Z, that was a very dope moment in the dream, you know, because as iconic as he is, you know, that's kind of like a stamp of approval, you know, in the world of mass, you know, with everybody looking and everybody looking at what he does and what he says is cool or what isn't. So for him to put me out there on stage before him every night on a hip hop tour, you know, that was very much a moment where I was like, okay, this is what it's about. And then moving on, 4 months later, having my own tour and being accompanied by you and us going out every night and every night being an amazing show. Like, I don't think there's been one night where there's not been a phenomenal show. I actually sat out in the audience one night and watched your show with like a hat on, like sitting low, so I could see, because I always watch it from the side, but I watch it from out in the audience in the back, and they go crazy. Like, it's just an amazing feeling to be in these venues every night and just see so many people. Because, you know, money ain't easy to come by nowadays. To see these people paying their hard-earned money, they got to take the kids to school, they got to put groceries in their house, they got to pay for gas, they got to do all this, and yet instead they're coming out to see us perform, and that's always self-fulfilling.
I do agree. If there's anything that you want to do in the near future that you haven't done yet musically, what is it?
Man, I wanna test the boundaries of music. I want to record without inhibitions all the way. You know, it is a business, and we do plan to make hit records, and we want to live wealthy off the music we make. But I want to just make music without thinking about radio or any of that one day. Just making sure that I make an album that I love holistically from the beginning to the end, without thinking about radio formats or who gonna like it or who gonna play it. And I think that time will come soon enough, but I'm early and I'm here to get the bus.
Yeah, and best believe that that's the best formula, because I think that was 95 when we did my first record. 12 years old, I didn't know anything about the money, none of that. None of that was even a thought. I mean, it never was a thought at all. I did a talent show singing the greatest of all. If you notice, I do Whitney every night. Just paying respects, because that is the way that I was signed, and she was the one that made me really look more into secular music. I always sang gospel at this church that was big as this room with a mic like this, you know what I'm saying? So I did that, and I look at it now, our lifespan with albums is so short. We worked the first CD for almost 3 years and put out almost 8 singles.
That's crazy.
We need to get back to some of that. And I think it comes from the formula that you just said. And I think when people get passion, pain, and pleasure, they'll be able to see a lot of different dimensions of you. And then also, I think they'll get to see how incredible your voice is, because when we get on a lot of hip-hop records, sometimes people forget. If I sing behind JD, or I sing behind, I don't get a chance to get my thing on. You get your thing off on this album. So y'all make sure y'all got it. If you don't have it already, passion, pain, pleasure.
What y'all know about that? Here I am coming soon.